Magnussen blows up the surprise and starts first in the sprint race in Brazil. We know it's something we haven't seen before. Ahead of Verstappen and George Russell, Dane Magnussen set the fastest lap in Brazil to start first in the sprint race on Saturday in the Haas car. This is the first time in the Haas team's history to start from the pole position, and Magnussen's first time since entering the world of Formula 1 in 2016. Rain has always played a huge role in forming a wonderful starting grid for Formula 1 racers. Kevin Magnussen's entry in the top 10 in Q1 and Q2 is a wonderful thing, with his effort and his team's, which is the weakest team among the 10 teams. What happened in the Q3 until he got the pole position? The first rider to get out of the pit lane in Q3 was Magnussen, and behind him were Ferraris. Some people think that he gained the advantage as the first driver, but Steiner has a different opinion. Yes, it can be said that he had the advantage, but the downside is that there was no driver in front of him to notice what he was doing. He was alone and he made a good enough lap. When Magnussen came out of the pit lane in Q3, he had the fastest lap on soft tires, and it was very likely that it would rain on the track. Max could not beat Magnussen because of his problem with turn 8, where he scored a time of 0.2 seconds more. And George Russell, after recording a time that put him behind Max Verstappen, skidded and exited on gravel, which led to raising the red flag and ending the Q3. Just as I said, when there is rain, the starting grid becomes so wonderful. Steiner told Sky Sports after the qualifications that this was the most important moment of his career, stressing that the dream of such an achievement was not even feasible. What happened to Leclerc? Leclerc was very frustrated after Q3. His team decided to switch to intermediate tires during Q3, resulting in the lowest time in the top 10. He lost at least 1 second on these tires. Why did Ferrari take a decision on its own? Did they think that only Leclerc would enter with intermediate tires, which is a positive thing that will enable him to achieve the pole position? Will the other 5 teams be wrong about the weather while Ferrari is right? Although Ferrari later explained this decision, when they confirmed they wanted to separate the strategy between their drivers in anticipation of rain, thus ensuring an advanced position for one driver instead of losing 2 positions. And Leclerc was the victim. Leclerc, "I have accepted this decision to use intermediate tires," ended with, "I waited for the rain that never came." I think Leclerc would have gotten a good position if George Russell hadn't gone out on the gravel and the red flag wasn't raised. There's always a high risk when it rains, and some drivers are reckless in their driving. This is what happened to George Russell when the wheel of the car touched the edge of the grass floor and he lost control of it completely. Tell us in the comments, what do you think of Ferrari's decisions? Was Perez wrong behind Leclerc's car in the last qualifications?